My experience DJing at GBB, though, was very mixed. It was very mixed. I was not treated well as an artist. I'll say that. I was not treated well as an artist, which sucked. There was a lot of issues. I was not taken seriously, or not at least perceived like I was. The actual DJing part was fun, but my first set I had 5 sets. Well, I had 5 sets. I did 4. So I wrote a list about my experiences at GBB. I'll tell them too. My issues with GBB. When I got to the hotel, no one knew what pass to give me, so I didn't get one. I asked Sinjo, and he said, "Not now," and walked away. I went to the desk and asked again, and he yelled at me and said to relax. Okay. When everyone else already had their lanyards on, I was like, all right. The next day at the venue, I couldn't get in for 20 minutes because I wasn't even on the list as an artist. Neither could BV or Kira, the girl I brought to film. Juliana had to come and get me, and I was arguing with the security, mind you, for like 20 minutes. I'm like, they're like, you should have a pass. You should have a pass. But they didn't give me one. Great. In the middle of my first set, as I was about to end, they changed my time to add another 25 minutes, which messes up the flow of my set because I played up all my bangers first. So now I'm just like, this is not the way it's supposed to be. Fucked up. I wasn't even recognized on the schedule as an artist. It was a DJ break, though they did have DJ Hiss on the schedule and the other DJ's names on the schedule. Nice. Sinjo had originally told me at the after parties that they were going to be in a different room or venue, and another DJ was on the schedule for right after the second night. And as I was about to leave, something told me to stay. I didn't feel quite right. So I asked, and they told me that I was playing, even though another DJ was on the schedule. Even Scott thought it was a different DJ playing, which was very, very frustrating because it was right after a loop showcase and the room kind of cleared out. Though I still managed to bring people back in, but it was just a lot of miscommunication. I had to constantly chase people to figure out what time I was playing. No one even knew who to tell me, who to ask. The sound was awful on stage. I had no monitors. Me and Bass Ventura's sound check got canceled. And we were pushing on stage. We couldn't hear BV at all on the monitors. He had no idea if he was on time or not rapping when we performed our track differences. I wasn't even on the schedule for sound check, just Bass Ventura, making me feel like not included in my own performance. One of my bigger time slots that I had at the after party right after the winter ceremony, Sinjo decided to, basically with the after party, for the winter ceremony, I was on the schedule to play, and even Scott introduced me. It's actually on the Swiss Beatbox live stream where he introduces me, but then he's like, oh, Sinjo. Apparently Sinjo's original schedule had him playing that slot, so he just kind of took it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, fuck this. So he wanted me to play 45 minutes after his set, and I said, fuck that, hell no. I felt very disrespected. But we talked about it, and it was a miscommunication, but still not okay in general. I felt very disrespected at the time. I had no representation on the flyer, which was very odd because I did in 2019, so it doesn't make sense. I was also not on the cards, the Swiss Beatbox cards, like they promised me from last time. I was not on the GBB cards. My Paponi promised me that. And then lastly, which pissed me off, I think, probably the most, was I was told that I couldn't have my videographer stay with me, so I spent half of what I earned getting her an Airbnb when she could have slept in the same bed as me with no issues. So they told me that I couldn't do that, so I spent all of my money. I profited nothing, just getting her an Airbnb, and then flying her out. And yeah, I could have saved some money and actually profited, but their whoopsie was my 400 euro, or dollars. And I even wrote after this is how I was feeling after, performing at GBB, and which is why I will never perform at GBB again if it has anything to do with Swiss Beatbox. Sorry, guys. I'm a professional. I know how to handle these types of situations and make the best out of them. However, I will not be treated as a second-class artist. I'm proud of who I am, and I work really, really hard every day to be the best I can be and do what I love. I did not feel welcome, and I did feel like I was treated as if I was a joke. So that's how Swiss Beatbox and GBB made me feel at the time. Even though I did get apologies, it just doesn't matter.